Maybe like 2 seconds long, but it's like I do remember these things like vividly.
It's such a weird thing because that's like something that like like your viewers have afforded us a memory, and to me, you'll never like. I heard this somewhere that you don't remember what people say or what they do, but you remember how they make you feel. And
Like
and so
dreams, you remember every you go based upon you make your diagnosis based upon your different feelings.
it's like
Your imagery,
like a lightning bolt discharging some electricity that's like kind of needs to be circulated and it's kind of gotten like really really like cold and like saturated and has to kind of unleash in into and but
2012.
and that's what we're doing right now. We're like this lightning bolt that's like updating the catastrophe of like
Lightning bolt that's updating.
the
Like a light bulb that's updating a catastrophe.
universe is a game of giant metaphors,
I
man.
love that. Like sometimes you're just sitting there and just like all of these kind of like
Yeah, like it's all about paint quality and like just getting a texture and like just something that could never probably be staged kind of like you can't
I think we should start selling more of our original art.
totally or it could be like
Like just
uh
one of a kind and like
yeah
pricing what you think it should be priced at.
and like well I want to do kind of like a thing where like if you because we want people that have the money to fucking buy an artist and like fund an artist thing and like
And I
not only
hate
that
to
but like an important one.
I hate to ask you to like think this way, but
I think this way anyway. So it's like I definitely have like ideas and structures that I'm pretty well set on. The only thing
so
is like
open.
it's so much work, and then it's like if I only have so much morale, like yeah, it's like
It's hard to like express to you how important this is to me over the internet or over a phone
no,
call.
it's impossible.
Okay, like I will,
I'm so
but
glad
now
you're here.
I have like I came here because I was told that you're important to this thing. I've been told specifically like Elizabeth Parker is the person you need to go to.
Well,
Like
I'm really
you're
glad you
supposed to
came.
be like the person who like I'm asking you to like
I've been needing somebody to ask me that. Like I've been like wondering. You're an angel of the running things, so like
we're both.
for sure we're like mirrors.
You wanna know who told me this?
For sure.
You wanna know who told me this? Like
Who on earth?
you will actually appreciate it. But I tried to tell it 3 different times in like last night I was flowing with these guys and I tore these guys and tore you apart. And you know it, but when you see this, I'm just gonna brag too. This happened and I was telling them so I'm about to tell you we didn't really do this thing in the past, so I had to do it in a different form. So this is the story. I got myself a brand new nice white pink pen. Yay. So I started drawing my name. And this is everything. And I just remember waking up and there it is. Like my whole room is like covered in writing. And a couple years ago, because I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna trust you for a little bit. I kind of sleepwalk sometimes whenever I'm super fucked up. And I mean, and my parents' house still has this written on their wall. This is before I even had who knew who you were. I wrote, I am a willing participant. And it's still on the thing. And like, that was clue number one. Yeah, like,
I just got
we all know what you're
I just got goosebumps at my grandma's funeral. The like we should willingly open ourselves as we let her in, and like it was like I was like filming it on camera too. I got at my grandma's funeral like pretty much like the like
okay
eulogy that the guy like that she wanted to do. She's a Hollywood like hostess and stuff, and like a lot of these things that I'm doing are out of like she gave me and up like she gave me this world of like art, that like as a kid it was like, man, it was like, growing up in MGM is not memory as far as like
sure yeah
as far
this
as my
is
memories like the nostalgia is concerned, like
awesome.
it's just showed me the Wizard of Oz, and they're like, this is what you can do. And like, that's kind of like what I've always kind of grown up to like want to do. Because I live in the desert, and so I have always like gnarly beams that are kind of like extreme and like Wild West before. So like,
That's the internet.
right. She died right before the funeral. So, and so did Nancy Reagan. I feel like they got to sit there together. And almost a few times when I was like doing my testimony, there's like a weird woman's voice, and I swear I don't know if it was in my head or if it was someone there or if it was a ghost. But like I remember hearing like a woman like, oh,
A weird woman.
oh, and I feel like it was Nancy Reagan. Like she didn't understand, and then like she was understanding and like making those noises or something. It was so fucking like my memory was so weird because I'm thinking like, who the fuck was doing that? And like,
I want you to be the weird woman that does my narration for my eulogy, please. Like,
dude, I give a hell of a eulogy. Like
I have to.
my eulogies are fucking like serious. Like that's like when you're trying to sum up in a few sentences a person's. It's one of the most like challenging things. But for me, since my values are so determined, like I usually am. I feel really, really great after those are very empowering moments.
Whenever I die, I want you to help me with mine because I'll be dead, so I'm gonna need you to do this. But find a girl named Erica Mendeville, okay? She
We're gonna
she's
give
the
our
only person
like,
that's ever promised to like help me, and what she said, like when I was a young kid, you were in the band, okay, that thing, and like I said, you were the first person I ever saw like sing the lyrics to. Because we didn't have our lyrics printed inside of our, album art. It was just our, names that we played.
for sure.
So, and our singer was not the greatest of all vocalists, okay? But and he did a lot of the screaming all the time. So like it's hard to decipher some of the words. And I'm watching these kids from this side of the Marquee Theater in Tempe. Which is very, very, very like.
I know where Tempe is.
It's like a honor to play there. And I'm seeing these kids just fucking mouth the words. I'm like, first time I ever saw it. So this girl's gonna learn one of my songs, she said, and she's gonna play it on guitar and make it acoustic. And she's not a musician. And I was like, that is the coolest thing.
That is really cool. That is so awesome.
Yeah, she's like, you affected me and influenced me to want.
Yeah, like these are the things that people need to tell young artists so that they don't just like think, oh, I'm gonna be a loser forever. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like what kind of monsters are we, dude? But like it's all because we just didn't really know any better, and so like certainly people who have inherited like wealth and shit, and like obviously like the monarchy was overthrown and nobody fucking gives a shit about like the integrity of their name or like we don't live in a feudal thing like that necessarily, but like we don't have
there's some honor behind a name or a symbol still.
There ought to be, because like the thing that we lost when we lost the monarchy is we lost this like noble virtue of someone who just has the world on their back because like they inherited something with a lot of privilege and they have to somehow keep it. And so if you don't want to shame everybody that you're related to, you do this thing. But like, so like Machiavelli's The Prince, I pretty much like just took the text to like replace prince with artist. And that's kind of the American basis of architecture of free will is based on a republic of virtue, which is something we've lost. It's like a republic of non-virtue now. That's why I took like the 10 Commandments and I just said like the opposite sounding thing, like instead of like honor your parents, it's like your parents don't make sense. Like and like give me that, and then like I fucking lie, and like just like
I didn't understand that.
Like the like what has come to be acceptable behavior. The only thing with the 10 Commandments are they're less commandments and they're more like laws that will break us if we break them, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so that's like just to get across the idea of like why symbols are important and why it's important to not willfully misrepresent them. And then like everyone's so like
I've done that so much with one of these commandments, man. I just like I'm telling you, there's one that is just that I may have a problem with, if it's considered a problem.
It is. It's
okay.
for sure. But like it's
But I
mostly
recognize the repercussions of
yeah, like as long as we like find a safe way to address ourselves in a clean mirror in a way, like find a simulation, and because you can't make somebody do anything, you know, you can't give love away. You have to just be love, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's like kind of what I want to make, like definitely like the hot and cold pools, like a place for like people to go and be like, you know, warm after I kick their fucking asses for, you know, like, but like a willingness to really see like love and places that you want to go. So like that's why paintings are so important right now because yeah, like, we used to have these inviting visual places that just like hypnotize us and bring us in there so that at some point we pay more attention to beautification schemes. So back to like kind of the business scheme and shit that I was saying, like, you know, there could be like a beautification initiative that's like that the film is ultimately working to like bring a cultural identity like to like this San Diego mystery world that we all like live in together, but like kind of it's just serving these very very quiet people that like probably aren't even here year round or anything, but like um, I'm sure they hide out here for a good amount of time, and like the Del Mar racetracks, it's kind of like these iconic like society boring parties, like they don't fucking like they're all a joke a little bit, so we have to fucking definitely like find a way for them, like it's like because revolutions are so bloody, like find a way for them to seem human so that people stop blaming rich people and just stop like respecting them, you know. Because like if you blame them you'll still like go back and like, you know, get bought for a fucking contract anyway, like because the, you know, that's why the PR package thing, like we could wrap all these like jokes into the way that we present like this thing that like promises PR to artists and all this stuff, and really like what it ends up getting them involved with is this movement that will be a beautification system that's kind of like it's something that I don't even feel terribly comfortable about talking about it. Like with you it's fine, but like with them, because like I don't want them to like, it's like all I can give them in the world that they haven't thought of to fucking destroy the planet or something, you know.
And that's
like,
why we don't tell them that aren't.
well, I will tell them things like, oh, this will make like the prices in San Diego like rise, because like if they, I'm not gonna like get into like, I'm not gonna be able to like talk about them giving a shit about prisoners unless I give them something, you know. Like
People watch enough about prisoners, they'll